the media houses struggling with the bottom line, or they want the bottom line to be too thick?
I don't think that you can safely say that they want it too thick. I'll tell you why. First of all, you must recognize that there has been a growth in the competition. There are far more media houses now than, let's say, 30 years ago.
It's true.
In addition to the established media houses, you also have social media.
Right.
There's a lot of advertising and stuff that is going in that direction. There is genuine competition in a market that has shrunk. Economically, the market has shrunk because of the economic challenges that Barbados has had. And Barbados has an underlying mindset against private enterprise. I don't know if the trade unions had done such a good job that they have been able to influence almost everybody into seeing the private sector as a bunch of thieves and people who just are concerned with lining their pockets and treating workers badly and that sort of thing. That continues to be the narrative that you hear in the country. No good can come out of Nazareth when it comes to the business community. And the media is part of that as well, you know. If you look objectively at how the environment has changed, you would see that this whole question of being able to make a lot of money and try to what you say is that you're looking at shareholder value. The shareholders in an organization who put up their money, when they go to their meetings, they look to see how much better they've done this year as opposed to next year. So people who manage the process are under even greater pressure in all those circumstances.
But you know, you said earlier, you painted politics in Barbados with a very specific brush. And I think that many Barbadians, I might be one of them, feel that politics and business in Barbados go hand in hand, and if politics paint with a particular brush, some of that color go wash off. Some of that color go to splash.
Yes, I think that it is at the core of why people are concerned about procurement for various government projects. We're concerned about the need to have control of spending for elections and that sort of thing. That's where the connection between business and politics is particularly strong. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It is well recognized as something that happens the world over. You know, it's not peculiar to Barbados. Barbados's challenge is, so how can we refine the system to minimize that? Can we find a way to have less of that kind of relationship so that at the end of the day it is beneficial to the average person in the country, so that money that should really be going to service people and to welfare and stuff like that does not end up in the hands of a handful of people just because you need to give back to them what they've given to you for a general election campaign. So, you know, we all have to work on that.
So, but they got people out there can say, you know, like, yo, man, look, it is so for years, and then change, you money better get accustomed to it and live with it.
What those
but that's what I hear you to be saying.
What they have to deal with, though, is that it can get progressively worse.
Yeah.
And I am not saying that we have to live with it and accept it. I think that we have to recognize the nature of the beast. And against that backdrop, we also have to see that it gets progressively worse. And that if we, as a people, do not call for some adjustments, then we will get to that point where it will be untenable. Only today on Brasstacks, it was talking about the situation in a Caribbean country where the police on the street, when they stop your car, the policeman is overheard to ask left or right. You think that is a question of which direction you're going?
Yeah.
No, it is you will either be prepared to left something with me, or I can break you up.
I never hear that one. That's a new one.
That is real.
Yeah, but I know, but I could see of an incident I went through already where I was stopped, but the carrier was able to stop with the police, but it was nothing to do. It was not like financially, anyways, but it was like using the government. What I was looking at, it was like you using the government vehicle to stop a woman because she looked good in a store.
They're grossly unprofessional in that regard. There's no doubt about that.
That's the thing.
And that's something that is accepted in Barbados. That
Yeah,
is
because
so awful. When you talk about life in leggings, they should talk about that. They don't. You see, nobody talks about that behavior.
But the thing, people feel that if you talk about, there's the thing about it. People would speak about it. And personally, me, like, oh no, I speak about it. But they got people out there be like, oh, boy, you say so boy, next, you know, the police gonna hold you and gonna find you on a can. They got ghost stories out that you hear in the streets. Some of it is bull, no doubt about it. Some of it is bullshit. But some I know, you don't want to be counted on that.
I would say to you that from all that I have known over the years and stuff, there may well be a need for greater sensitization of police to things like that. And now that the focus is so much on this life in leggings movement and stuff like that, I think that they need to pay some attention to that. They should really be advancing that concept of a sensitization project to the police themselves, you know, because it is not good. People have accepted that kind of conduct without question, and it's wrong. It is wrong.
Because I know of like sometimes you will hear like the police will come on the block or whatever the case is, and like if you get a policeman talk, like sometimes you will get slapped up. And I know of men is walk through the city and like, oh yo, you see that policeman there? Them hold me and beat me in the station, you know. And they got people that can actually pound that cop and say, yo, and like me knowing the person is not a lie.
Yeah, but that's also linked to what is happening in the wider society. There was a time when you could cry police brutality and the society would respond. Well, the society has come to say, look, if
he get in trouble, so
get some blows,
yeah, he must deserve them.
You deserve it, and that even if you didn't deserve it,
what you do?
You can't make omelette unless you break eggs. That's what they say.
Yeah.
So you know,
you must do something.
Somebody will get caught up in it. But there is that general fear of where the society has been going as it relates to crime, as you well know.
Yeah.
So in that environment, the police are given a greater carte blanche to do whatever they want to do. That's how I see that.
Like, for instance, no, I don't, but I think you will know about the case that happened. I think it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago with a guy called Blues, and there's currently a court case with the officer, and like on the street, the belief in the justice system is that people feel like, yo, why you even going in court? Nothing can come out of that. That's people is actually walk up, you know, like you talking about that. Like, you can really start talking forward, or you barely keep a noise because then ain't coming out of that big man. You must be shot. You more for the police can shoot you too. That's it. In this, like you hear people actually got this belief in them.
But I want to say to you that St. Lucia is a fine example of a country that has been blacklisted by the United States government because of issues related to police action against the public. They had a bad scenario where there were a number of killings and that sort of thing and criminal activity. And the allegation is that the police decided that they would take out a number of the people who were allegedly involved in this. It's reached a stage where the government of St. Lucia was pressured into having a report done. The report having been done, the pressure now is to bring some of the lawmen to justice because the government has failed to do that. Policemen have been denied visas to the United States. St. Lucia has not been allowed to take part in the trade winds exercises, the regional trade winds exercises, and the United States has cut off certain types of assistance to the police in St. Lucia as a result. So it is not as simple as that. Indeed, if you look at the Barbados situation, you will find that ever so often, all types of bad boys, there are bulletins issued for them, armed and dangerous and that sort of thing. When I was growing up as a boy, a man armed and dangerous was likely to be shot. Mm-hmm. These days, an armed and dangerous man turns up with his lawyer at the police station. There's no shootout, you know. So it has changed.
But so what you saying in this one?
Well, in a sense, it's for the better. There are many people in society who believe it has changed in such a way that bad people could do as they like and just go up to Glenderry and sit down.
And sit down.
Not Glenderry to Dodds.
Because
and sit down.
They also had the other case. What about the guy, the youngster that was in the cells that was bleeding? And
but that matter has been taken up by the police.
Yeah, that has been taken up. But what they're saying is that I think if I read it correct, is that the police can be charged by summons or something. They have to come to court. Like they actually know these two police officers are supposed to be charged.
But it's a lot of pressure on police when they're charged and when they're brought under that kind of microscope. You know that policemen
can't get in jail like the regular
sometimes go on half pay for years, and that is not fair.
But the justice system is notoriously slow.
Yes. Notoriously slow and hurting Barbados. So these are some of the things that you're working to change. You're trying to at least sensitize the community to the fact that this is hurting us.
You feel that, is there a challenge, right, in the media sensitizing the community, given the fact that maybe the community is not as interested as it should be in these issues?
I don't think that I can't assume that the society is not interested in it. I think, you got different publics. You have some people who are not. Generally speaking, the people who bring about change in society are middle class people. Most of these revolutions that you talk about are driven by people who are well to do, Not the poor people down the line. Somebody gets out there and assert themselves and they push for change. And we just can't give up. We cannot surrender to the notion that it is a negative and we will just give in. There's always hope out there. We always have scenarios where people are willing to stand up and to push for change in the society. And we need to be able to leave a better country for the children and the grandchildren. We need to be able to do things like this, not just within the established media, but using social media and other tools as a means of trying to reach people. I don't know how you do it with an hour-long program for younger people. I assume that it is younger people you are dealing with using social media, but our experience has been that the attention span has shrunk. And people no longer want to be involved in reading and listening to something for too long. It's instant coffee, instant everything, instant gratification. So you got to put it out in small bites. It's a minute and 30 seconds and that sort of thing.
Then you have a cycle though, because if people's attention spans are shrinking and you continually give them smaller bites, then they'll continue to shrink.
That's possibly so, but the truth of the matter is that they got to be drawn to you. They need to be in a position where they want to hear what you're saying. If they feel that spending more than 15 minutes listening to anything, reading has changed a lot too. I mean, internal memos and that sort of thing. You see something coming at you that's 2 or 3 pages, you say, turn off. You
start school, it's taking too long.
You want this summarized from early,
Yeah.
Even if after that you can look at the executive summary is what you want.
And telling the kind of stories that you were talking about early that a journalist would do. You can go do that in more than 144 characters.
Yeah.
You can't do that, tell those kind of stories in a tweet.
But Trump find a way to do it in 144 characters. They tell the world that Obama were attack me, but then he changed it to surveillance. I can't. I don't even know what
But
it is now.
he's successful if he's going to tell a lie.
Yeah, but
You can tell a lie. That was clearly a lie.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. But then he keep changing it. I keep changing it, and then he keep making Spicer being the devil that he is. He didn't even know 140 characters is. I don't know what wrong with Spicer.
But the truth of the matter is that you have to look at the Trump presence in a different way too. Do not just look at it from the point of view of all that's negative.
Yeah.
Because as bad as you may think it is, there are some
people,
aspects of it that may be beneficial to us. I know we can't see it all unfolding
right away.
before our very eyes.
It's a seedling, as you would say. You are develop a little more.
If the American economy continues to be on a positive growth path, then what are the implications for us? Does that help us? We claim that it does because of tourism and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's true.
We say so.
Yeah, we say. No, they say so, not we. They say so.
At the end of the day, we know that tourists seem to be spending less money than they did before.
Because
if you rely on the U.S. market as heavily as we did in the past, if we went back there, then it has implications for what we earn. Things like that.
So you would say that that's why Barbados is not marketed in America as much as it is in Europe. But no, but I mean, when I was in New York, you would see the ad pop up because it used to get,
that's about resources too.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that, you would see the ad pop up. But then my friends that live in England say you always see the ads always popping up and stuff like that.
Because
more so
you get more bang for the buck.
Right.
Out of England in particular, than you would have been getting out of the United States for a number of years. And Brexit, I mean, we speak as Britain is about to go to the polls and that sort of thing. But the Brexit factor has made a difference because the value of the pound has fallen. Barbadians who return home, many of those people who work with London Transport and went into other careers and lived with a dream of coming back to Barbados and building a house and spending some time here. Many of them are now under tremendous pressure. They are pressurized from two angles. There is the tax pressure in Barbados. So, you know, that lovely house that you see them build, you know, with the dream that they always had. But the taxes that they're paying on those houses now have gone up. And in addition to that, what they're getting in pension has been cut. So they're struggling. And one of the stories that needs to be examined is the degree to which those people are packing up and going back to Britain. In the meantime, the tourism dollar at the high end, if you listen to a presentation just the other day by Roseanne Myers from the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, she indicated that there has been a reduction of revenue coming from the high end of the tourism market in Barbados.
Wow.
All right? So these are real challenges that we face. And then the foreign reserves, as everybody's talking about the state of the foreign reserve.
Is it a reserve or
Well, we don't know. We don't know by now. By now, we should be getting some kind of indication of what the first quarter performance has been overall. We expect that the central bank will be holding a news conference sometime soon to tell Barbadians what's happening there.
The thing where all of this is concerned, a lot of people on the lower end, as we would say, like the poorer class, they don't pay attention to this, you know. They care about, I get a boat, right? They get a jam, this body got a cruise, they don't care about that. So
where do they get
don't
the money
see
from,
it.
though?
But that's the thing, like people is work, I don't know if this pay up on the clothes, I don't know what. I don't party anymore, because it don't really seem that I can
How
go
long ago
and
you stopped
spend.
partying?
Huh? I don't know all day.
How long ago you stopped partying?
When I realized that one of my friend's sons was in a party with me, and when he left Barbados, he wasn't born yet. I know his older brother. His older brother was younger than him, and he showed me in a party, and I was like, "Whoa, are you in the wrong? What part your father is? Oh, my father home. Damn, well, you shouldn't be partying with you then. This club, are you in the wrong spot?" They go and party with like-minded people. I won't go here. People I hear with a lot of young people. I can't Jones and all these other dances that they're doing. I was in the wrong place, and from there I was like, ain't really for me anymore. Then the music changed. I'm accustomed to Bob and you hear a little nitty gritty. You might hear a little super cat and stuff. But then you got Alkaline or Alkalada, whatever name, and them kind of I can't relate to that kind of music. Because like when I look at some of that Bleach is make me start to blink. Like I just gotta blink 3 times when I see some of that actually want to destroy the skin, the melanin that we hold so dearly as black people to look like a lizard. You understand? So stuff like that, like it's so much different facets that make me start from party. Music probably is number one. As I get older, I don't really think this play my kind of music. I like the slower music. I don't want me on the ground skinning out and doing all this kind of thing. That ain't really my cup of tea.
Getting old.
I remember
what you say, right?
When Viacom bought BET, Black Entertainment Television. And one of the first things that Viacom did was cut out the BET News.
Yeah, I remember that.
Used to have
BET News, yeah,
sure. All the bashment rap videos, the twerking and thing. They used to have BET News, and it was a decent news program. When Viacom bought BET News, cut that out.
That was with what the guy name?
I can't remember his name.
Sure, I can't remember his name, but he was real popular. David Smiley.
No, they had David Smiley too.
Yeah, David Smiley too. Yeah, he's gone. He was gone. He was quick. People was like, "No, you talking too much."
He's pretty good though.
Yeah, David Smiley was good. I remember. I think he was on PBS as well.
But the point I'm trying to make is that when you move these kinds of programs off of those kinds of stations, then those people who watch those programs don't have any other access to that kind of content. So, what Hawk gonna do?